Now we are ready to make a stamp visible so that we can take the information from our background copy, our black and white adjustment layer, and our levels adjustment layer. Put it all on one new layer while maintaining the layer structure. So that is Shift, Command, Option, E. Stamp visible. Let's name it. All right, now we need most of the side of this car, but this side of the car is perfect, right? It's just got, I think these are actually in the car. There's a little bit of noise right here. I'm gonna zoom in, grab the patch tool, and on the stamp visible layer, see if I can't just clean that up a little bit. It's going to be impossible to decide which is a stain and which is like the driveway, so I say we just keep it really simple. You could start going in here with the clone and doing a lot of work, but you are, I think, going to start to notice that you're using the clone and you're going to start building up patterns. So I'm going to grab the marquee tool and literally grab just a chunk of this car, way more than I need. And layer, new layer via copy, makes a new layer with car chunk. Grab the move tool, or V, and move your car chunk over. Now I need to flip it, just that layer, so it's Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and I already have a little bit of car back. So I'm going to take the opacity of that layer down temporarily so I can line up my edges. I'm going to use the arrow tools to line up here and here. Now, let's see, bring that up to 100. And then move it over, just using the arrow tools till we line that up all around there. Okay. So we have a little more information than we need, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. Line up that. Okay. So now we need to edit some of this out. We're not going to use the eraser. We're going to grab this layer mask and grab a brush, black, white, brush it 100, make it a little smaller, and bring back some of the information that we already have. Now, I'm going to leave that border, hit V for a minute, move that up. You can see that there's a bit of a discrepancy here, but that's fine. We will adjust that later. Go back to B, car chunk, and bring back a little bit of the inside of the car. Okay. As soon as you see that you're bringing back some damage, you can bring down the opacity of the layer and blend in some of that other stuff. It's pretty cool, huh? I'm not sure. Okay, that's actually part of the car. So let me get the brush again. You got to kind of decide. Do you want to blend it like that? It actually looks not bad. Or do you want to bring in what I think at the time was probably a potential hazard, which is like the inside of the car? I'm okay with it because that's actually what was there. So I'm like, all right, let's keep that, clean this up a little bit. And that's a really good start. You can, with this pixel thumbnail selected, go to Edit, Transform, and you could play with the perspective a little bit. All right, by grabbing the corners and just bringing it in a little bit. And that's going to line this up. Grab V to move down a little bit. So I'm gonna get, let's see, Command T, or go to maybe skew. So what I want to do is, I do not want them to be identical. So I'm going to do a couple transformations to change them a little bit. And you'll see it actually turns out pretty well just using a little bit of transformation. There we go. That's pretty good. Big things can be done on the stamp visible, like this here. If I get a very, actually I'm just going to make a new layer, call it Retouch. Oops. Retouching. Put that at the very top, grab my clone, S, current and below for my sample, Option, click right on that line, and you'll see it loads that line onto the cursor. Click it again. Kind of drag along. Again, your job is not to get it perfect. Your job is to get it so we are not staring at that part of it. Right? So very quickly, we have done like a 180 on it.